Hey everybody. So today I want to talk about some reasons to grow your own food. Really compelling reasons. If you take a look down here at my table, everything here on this table we grew here on our farm. And I'm not saying this to brag, I'm just saying it's a choice that we made to move out here and produce some of our own food. But you don't need to have a big farm. You don't need to be in the subtropics. Back when I lived in Washington, D.C., I grew food in tiny little yards. I never even had my own house. Wherever I was renting space, I just figured out a way, even if I was in a community plot or on a rooftop or using containers, a way to grow food. So let's talk about some of the reasons for it. First of all, there's an appalling lack of diversity in what you're eating. Guys, did you know, just for an example, there's 30,000 or more edible plants on this planet that we could be eating. More than 30,000. And of those 30,000, only 200 of them are widely cultivated. And of those 200, we eat 9 of them 70% of the time. Yes, 9 foods makes up 70% of our diet. Of course, engineered wheat, corn, and soy are topping that list. Now, if you come back down here and you see all this amazing diversity, different root vegetables, fruits and vegetables, it's obviously that you're going to be in much better health. So reclaiming what we call food sovereignty, guys, food sovereignty. It's like, sounds really complex, but it's not. A sovereignty is what a nation, when it declares its independence or when a tribe declares its independence, they get sovereignty. So you want to do, what we're doing here is figuring out how, even in this kind of like messed up consumerist world, we can declare our food sovereignty, our food independence from a big system. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist, I'm not a doomsdayer, but it's pretty clear at this point that the system, the big agriculture, big pharma system, really does not have our best interests at heart when it comes to what we eat, So our food is lacking minerals, it's lacking nutrients, it's grown in soils that are depleted of their minerals and nutrients. That's what hits our body. Most of our food is taking weeks, if not months, to get to us. And we have no control over its production, and we have really no control over even the waste. Whereas if you've got your own food and you've got your own little food production center, you can compost everything that you don't eat. So, reason number 1, food sovereignty. Take back your power to control what you put in your body. Okay, so reason number 2 to grow your own food, to take control of a little bit of your food supply is, it's not as hard as you think, guys. It really isn't. There's this whole notion of, gardening, like it's this back-breaking work that you're bending over, weeding and tilling and doing all these really hard things. It can be that if you want it to be. But if you follow a whole nother method, permaculture method, the food forestry method, it doesn't have to be. It can actually be really easy and a beautiful thing to be outside and experiencing if you know how to build systems. So that's what we do here, and that's what we can show you how to do. It's not that hard. And I think also we need to sort of get over a little bit of this idea of gardening as like this sort of like middle class hobby, this like bougie thing to do. Oh, I don't have to worry about pesticides because I grow my own food. It's not about that, right? It's not about being elitist or middle class and having this pastime and putting your amazing big tomatoes on Instagram to get all the likes. Nobody cares, okay? Nobody cares about your big tomatoes. What you should care about is where your food is coming from and how you grow it, how much time you take to do it, how much energy it takes you, how much it costs. Okay, if you're putting more into your garden than you're getting out of it, that's not a very sustainable way to garden. You might enjoy it, but you're not going to stick with it if it's costing you more. Okay, everybody. So I've talked about some reasons to learn how to grow your own food from the perspective of politics, your self-reliance, your food freedom, your food sovereignty, from the perspective of your bodily health, the minerals and nutrients that you put into your body. But of course, there's also the mental health aspect of it. There is the feeling of joy when you see something growing in your garden, in your space that wasn't there before, something that you could eat. Or perhaps it's something that where a butterfly can come out of its cocoon, or it's a place where you have new birds nesting. This is my little garden here in the subtropics in Ecuador, small space. You might not recognize a lot of these plants, but I assure you nearly all of them are edible or medicinal in some way. We've got a lot of herbs growing in here, like a tropical basil, mint, lemongrass, little baby pineapples, of course, you saw that. There's some root vegetables here, like a potato, all in this little tiny space. So the rewards of planting an ecosystem go far beyond the rewards of just having a garden.